From the Dialogue of St. Catherine of Siena, a treatise of divine providence. How a soul, elevated by desire of the honor of God and of the salvation of her neighbors, exercising herself in humble prayer after she had seen the union of the soul through love with God, asked God for requests. The soul who is lifted by a very great and yearning desire for the honor of God and the salvation of souls, begins by exercising herself for a certain space of time in the ordinary virtues, remaining in the cell of self-knowledge, in order to know better the goodness of God toward her. This she does because knowledge must precede love, and only when she has attained love can she strive to follow and to clothe herself with the truth. But in no way does the creature receive such a taste of the truth, or so brilliant a light therefrom, as by the means of humble and continuous prayer, founded on knowledge of herself and of God. Because prayer, exercising her in the above way, unites with God the soul that follows the footprints of Christ crucified, and thus, by desire and affection and union of love, makes her another himself. Christ would seem to have meant this when he said, "To him who will love me and will observe my commandments will I manifest myself, and he shall be one thing with me, and I with him." In several places we find similar words, by which we can see that it is, indeed, through the effect of love, that the soul becomes another himself. That this may be seen more clearly, I will mention that I remember having heard from a handmaid of God, namely that when she was lifted up in prayer, with great elevation of mind, God was not wont to conceal from the eye of her intellect the love which he had for his servants, but rather to manifest it, and that among other things he used to say, "Open the eye of your intellect and gaze into me, and you shall see the beauty of my rational creature. And look at those creatures who, among the beauties which I have given the soul, creating her in my image and similitude, are clothed with the nuptial garment, that is, the garment of love, adorned with many virtues, by which they are united with me through love." And yet I tell you, if you should ask me, "Who are these?" I should reply, said the sweet and amorous word of God, "They are another myself, inasmuch as they have lost and denied their own will, and are clothed with mine, are united to mine, are conformed to mine." It is therefore true indeed that the soul unites herself with God by the affection of love. So that soul, wishing to know and follow the truth more manfully, and lifting her desires first for herself, for she considered that a soul could not be of use, whether in doctrine, example, or prayer, to her neighbor, if she did not first profit herself, that is, if she did not acquire virtue in herself, addressed 4 requests to the Supreme and Eternal Father. The first was for herself, the second for the reformation of the Holy Church, the third a general prayer for the whole world, and in particular for the peace of Christians who rebel, with much lewdness and persecution, against the Holy Church. In the fourth and last, she besought the divine providence to provide for things in general, and in particular for a certain case with which she was concerned.